So I was going to make this video all about the sheep because they're so funny sometimes. But I thought most of you ask, like, what does a day for me look like? And it certainly isn't all about the sheep. They are the easiest part of the farm for the most part. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit, show you a little bit more about what I'm doing today. I am in the garden. It just makes sense this time of year. I need to be doing things out here. I have this sad looking starfruit tree. I forget what they call it here, but it's not starfruit translated into Spanish. It has a different name. I've collected all of these, most of them quite ripe. I also have some all over the ground. So what I'm going to do today, I'm sweating a little, I'm breathing heavy because I've also been trimming that tree. It's not the healthiest tree. This is the first time I've gotten fruit from it in the third season that it should have fruited. The first year I got one piece of fruit. The second year I got nothing, and now it's done really well. So I'm trimming the tree, getting rid of mostly dead branches, but also some branches that are crossing over. I've trimmed, this is a Nancy tree or a golden spoon. I've trimmed it a little on this side just to give this tree a little more light. I'm going to take these in the house, slice them up and dehydrate them. But before that, I am going around the yard looking for coconuts that I could use. This one is still, I think, okay because it's got liquid in it, but it's pretty light. This one is heavy and has liquid in it, although you can't hear it right now. But my friend said the other day, why do you buy coconut oil when you have so many coconuts on your property? So I am going to go around, look for coconuts, see how many I can collect that have fallen, that are like this. Just so some of you know, some of you probably already know this, but we have both green and yellow coconuts. And the green ones are, I believe, better for pipa or coconut water. And the yellow ones are better for the coconut meat. But they also, I think they can really be used interchangeably. And they typically, they're taken at different times. So you'll take a really young coconut that's still green or yellow for the juice. And you'll take an older coconut, but not one so old that it's dried up, and use that for the meat and the oils. So I'm just going to walk around. I have a lot of coconuts lying on the ground, and I'm just going to walk around and shake them. And if they're heavy and they have liquid in them, I'm going to cut them open and see. I don't know how else to tell. I don't know if there's a better way to tell when the coconut's good. But that's what I'm doing. While we're out here, though, I thought I'd show you one other thing. I am, this year, for the first time, growing sweet potatoes. So this is a red sweet potato. It actually didn't take, but this is what it will look like for the first few weeks. You just lay it on some dirt, and the dirt should be moist. It is not at this point. This one I'm going to re-water. But here you can see, this is a purple sweet potato, and I did the same thing. I just laid it on the water. Laid it on the dirt, buried it probably 20%, and you can bury it up to half. I just, it's a big round sweet potato, so I didn't do that. And you could see other spots where I had slips growing. I think this is one, but these are slips. And I think even this is a slip. Yeah, it is. I had broken that off. And what you do after they're about this tall, you break them off and you put them in water. And these are about ready to be planted now. And let me pull. They're still growing in the water. They weren't this big when I put them in. Now this one had some roots. But see how it's growing? Here, wait, let me see if I can set this up better. Okay. It's always hard to set these up in the dirt. And my hair is a mess after a day of working. But see how it's growing more roots? And in some cases, see here, you can see there's even roots coming out here. So I could break this into 2 slips if I keep it in the water. And here is another one that clearly I can break up. See, this one has roots. If I cut it here, I could have more than 1 slip. And I will plant these. So I leave them in a cup of water. I've got a little more water, so I'll go bring those back to the sink and take care of that. But I leave them in the water. It's been 3 days only, so I'll leave that in the water for about 5 days. And like I said, this one had some roots on it, but the other one did not. So these are all new. Well, let me put the other one away. These are all new roots growing from, that's been 3 days. So it grows really fast. And then I will plant it. And what I'm doing is I'm planting it next to a post. This is a leftover post when I had some shade cloth. And this is the same. And you could see this one. Let me back up a little. These are getting eaten. And you can see the bug on it. I'll spray these tomorrow with some soapy water and see if that helps. But this one will start climbing the vine. And I have 2 here. I think I actually have 3, but the other one was eaten so badly. And I have 3 here. And then on the other side of my covered garden, I have a bunch of posts, and I have a whole bunch there. So let's walk over there real fast. So, well, from that 1 potato, I should get, at the very least, let's think about that. I have 5 growing there, plus 2 more in the potato. So that's 9. These are really getting eaten, but it's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If these make it, I'll spray these tomorrow as well. But if they make it, I could have, from that 1 potato, it won't give me 14 potatoes because each plant should give me a couple of potatoes, or sweet potatoes. So, but at the very least, they should give me 1. So we'll see. I could end up with none. I could end up with 14, or I could end up with 50. I did not till the ground, so the soil below might be too hard to give me too many, but I should get some. They definitely seem to be doing better over here than over there, so I may try and plant some more. I don't think I could do that here. Oh, I did plant more here. Okay, so here I have some more growing. Only 2 more. So I could maybe put a 3rd there. But this one's doing really well. And this one's a little puny. But that's okay. So I don't have 14, I have 16 so far. And what we'll do is every time I take some off the potato, I leave the potato, I water it every few days, leave it in there, and see if I grow more slips. So we'll see. It's not growing too many more at this point, so it might be done, but who knows? Everything here is an experiment. So this is the pear tree they took down. Ulysses cleaned this all up and made one big pile. Those piles scare me because they're a great home for snakes, for mice, also for rabbits. We have had rabbits out here in some of our wood piles. Once the dry season just gets started, this should be ready to burn. I could pull it all the way over to the food forest and use it as ground cover and fertilizer, basically like mulch, but it's not small enough. It'd be hard to pull all the way over there, so we're not going to do that. Here is the piece that they were going to cut slabs from, but it had a hole in it, so they're not going to use it. The guys that cut it down, they cut it down for free, thinking they'd take the best parts, and it's got a few holes. So they didn't take it, but it doesn't look bad. I think Ulysses took a little bit off of it. Here's the hole again. But And I'm going to cut it up and use it for shelves if I don't have enough mahogany for that. What they did do, I asked them to please leave my fruit trees that I planted two years ago or last year standing 2 years ago. I forget what this one is, but it's similar to the rambutan fruit, and this is a guava. And they did that, but it did land on my pineapples, which I knew I couldn't avoid. So this one looks pretty good. This one is pretty smushed. This one is very smushed. I think it will come back. I have the flags in there, so when they cut the grass, if the grass gets really long. Last year, my pineapples got cut like 3 times. They should be much bigger than this. And so I have the flags there so that they won't cut them. But right now, actually, I think I will take the star fruit inside, cut it up before I look for coconut, because I'm going to dehydrate it. There is no sun today, which makes it a great day to work outside, but it doesn't make it a great day to run my dehydrator. Have no choice. There's no guarantee that there'll be sun anytime soon. We are in the rainy season. So I am going to use the dehydrator anyway, but the earlier I get it going, the better. What I may do is if they dry enough, I may turn it off for a few hours during the night. I am off-grid, so I have solar and I have a generator, but I'd rather use the solar than the generator as much as possible. So I am going to take this inside, slice it up, put it in the dehydrator. I don't know if I'll show you that. One, it's not that exciting to watch me slice fruit. And 2, my house is a mess. And I don't show my house that often because of that. But I'll slice these up, get them started in the dehydrator, and then come out and look for coconuts. That's it for this week. That's what we're up to. I'm hoping to bring you a farm tour of someone else's farm in the next few weeks. And we'll see how that goes. I'll see if I can get over there to get that done. But if you want to follow along on our homesteading and growing food here in Panama, please hit the subscribe and click the bell so that you're notified when our next video comes out. And if you could give this video a thumbs up, we'd greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next week. Bye.